Hey, shalom, shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak. I want to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, and the Kazakh Shalom to the hopeful elect. I was scrolling on X, formerly known as Twitter, looking for inspiration for a lesson, and lo and behold, Charleston White said that Angel Reese, the lady in the top right-hand corner, wants to sell cat. I'm not going to play it because, you know how he is. He can be pretty vulgar, but what really drew my attention to this was another woman commenting on it.
And I feel like I'm the part. My jaw isn't even on the floor. My jaw is below hell at this point. I kept getting tagged in videos about the weird way Jeff Teague and the 520 podcast were talking about Angel Reese. So I looked up the video to see what he was talking about. And it was a video of him saying the best women's basketball player in the world couldn't even be a high school men's basketball player or a G League player. And I was like, I'm not even going to speak on that because we've had this conversation so many times. But then I found the real video people are talking about. And when I say, think about the worst things they could have possibly said about her, times it by 1,000,000, add 3, and then double it. It was that bad. The video opened up with them saying, Angel Reese don't want to be a basketball player. She needs to go sell her coochie, and she needs to be on OF. Angel Reese is 22 years old.
And that's enough, because we don't need to hear her talk. You are defending whoredoms. And that's exactly what's wrong with America. Nigga woman need to keep her mouth shut. Because it's this type of shit right here that is starting our people back. If you see how she is exposing herself, and we're not going to even just talk about her. Glorilla too. Like, this is the type of stuff that's promoted within our community. And there's no coincidence. And this is ironically one of the more quote unquote modest things she's been wearing. She's been doing the magazine shoots. She's been twerking, doing all types of stuff, but then gets mad when receives that type of attention. Like, this is Sirach, chapter 26, verse 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. So that means she has no self-control. She needs to stay in the house. And these ways are coming back in the earth. We're going to get a taste of it during Jacob's trouble in Isaiah 4:1, when you can't afford to be, scantily clad, just out here with cleavage. You're not going to even want to show your damn eyebrow on that day. It says, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's exactly what you get here in America. You get a voice and a platform. When the scriptures talk about how a woman should be modest and quiet, and how that's a blessing from the Lord. But if you say that, you're misogynistic. I'm not misogynistic. I'm just a fan of order. And I like what the Lord like. Sirach 26:11. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So the scripture talk about it, Amos, like how a wife would be a harlot in the city. Let's go into that word impudent. It says marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness or disregard of others. And in that case, the impudent eye would be towards her husband. This feminist movement, women could be equal. Here in America, where the women have surpassed the man, it's no surprise that an impudent eye would be, prominent amongst our women especially. And 2, lacking modesty. Verse 12 in Sirach 26 says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain. So that's a dark saying that she will sleep with a lot of men and drink of every water near her. Every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. So a quiver Could be a hole and an arrow. It's like a phallic shape. So you do the math. She's gonna take a lot of rod. It says Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 42 and verse 9. It says the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. So, whether he say something or not, the dad is damn near loses sleep, concerned about his daughter. It's happened in the ancient time, and this happened now. Because we know when our daughters put themselves out there like that, what you're susceptible to. You know that even if you're not, showing cleavage and wearing tight clothes so people could see your figure, that you could be, attacked for what you got between your legs, or taken advantage of, overpowered, whatever the case may be. If you're a real man and a real father, this goes through your mind. It says, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. Now, I'm going to read this through, and I'm going to get this in the GNT. It says, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Let's get that in the GNT real quick. Sirach 42 and 9 in the GNT, it says, although he will not let his daughter know it, the father will lie awake at night worrying about her. If she is young, he worries that she might not get married. If she is already married, he worries about her happiness. In verse 10, it says, if she is a virgin, he worries that she might be seduced and become pregnant while living in his house. And as this great millstone, we went over it several times. Virgin is the literal virgin and a woman of marriageable age. So as soon as a woman has her period, she's able to reproduce. So we worry, like when she starts getting those feelings, getting hot and bothered, that she does it in the house. The scriptures tell us that, you're supposed to leave your father's house and become one with your husband. That's decent and in order. If she is married, he worries that she might be unfaithful or that she might not be able to have children. So going back, Sirach 42 and 11, it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. And that's a huge thing. Our people are big on honor and respect. We used to have that reverence towards Yahweh Shem Shai. Now people only care about a reputation for themselves, but either way, the scriptures still apply. And you don't believe me, then why do they ask when they're trying to get a rise out of certain people or see what situation is worse? Would you rather have a whole son or a whole daughter or a gay son? Because they know both of those bring shame. Sirach 42 and 11 in the GNT, it says, keep a close watch over your daughter if she is determined to have her own way. If you don't, she may make a fool of you in front of your enemies. You will be a constant joke to everyone in town, a public disgrace. Make sure that her room has no windows or any place where she can look out to the entrance of the house. And really, we can start at the public disgrace, because that's this verse is talking about. You keep trying to say we're misogynistic and X, Y, and Z, but every time you see her, I'm going to the etymology of that word, prostitute. The obvious definition is to offer indiscriminate sexual intercourse, but in the pure etymology mean the true meaning. That's a tongue twister sometimes, so Salakia, but etymologically, the water, placed before or in front, so it means to put yourself out there. So etymology-wise, when you are, scantily clad, wearing certain outfits, and you want attention and views, you are prostituting yourself. That's why the elders and apostles advise, our women to not be on social media, but Jake gonna do what they want to do. But you're gonna see very, very soon why the men of the Lord said what they said. You're gonna see very soon why the scripture said it, because when all lawlessness comes, when all anarchy comes in the form of Jacob's trouble, and you put yourself out there like a target, you're gonna receive the attention you wanted. Will it be misogynistic then to tell you to cover up, have some decency about yourself? And what y'all don't understand is you think this is just a feminist movement I can do and dress however I want. People say have self-control. It's not just about you. Like we read in Sirach 42, when you act that way, you bring a shame to your father's house. It's not rocket science. Nobody raises their kid, especially our daughters, to be whores. It's something that's taught. It's rebellion. You're influenced by people like this in social media. And before social media was prominent, you copy somebody, whether it was a peer, a friend, a hoe ass aunt, grandma, whatever the case may be. But it's contrary to what the Lord tells us. This is 1 Timothy 2:9. It says, in like manner also, the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, not bringing extra attention to themselves. All that extra stuff is for your husband. Verse 10, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. So having these podcasts, whoever that chick was, defending her, saying that she is 22 years old, that's no excuse. It don't matter how old you are. You're supposed to be covered up. And you're supposed to be having respect unto yourself and to your husband. And if you are not married, then you belong to your father. So again, going back full circle, you're going to see we're not just flapping our gums and talking shit. In the time to come, you're going to be covered up. When Isaiah 4:1 hits the corner, it's not going to be people out here dressed like that, because you're going to be ravished. Those same type of women are going to be looking for men of the Lord to be a refuge. The scriptures talk about how he's going to make a man of the Lord more precious than the wedge of Ophir, than fine gold. We're going to have our pick of the litter. Why would we pick a whore? It don't make sense. You're putting yourself in a bad position. And then you get mad when you get corrected, or somebody call an ace and a spade a spade. This shit is backwards. It's not going to continue for much longer. With that, I say shalom.